Hey guys, I know this is not my typical video that you are used to seeing, but recently some things have come up that I feel like I need to address, and so I just wanted to sit down and have an honest conversation with you and address everything at once. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is something that is weighing the heaviest on my heart right now. A video has resurfaced of my sister and I from 14 years ago. We were teenagers, and in this video we are doing characters that are Latina, and the characters are completely based on racial stereotypes. It is not funny, and it is completely hurtful. I am so ashamed and embarrassed that I ever thought this was okay. I was a sheltered teenager who was stupid and ignorant and clearly extremely culturally insensitive. Racial stereotypes are not funny. They are not a joke, and they should never be joked about. A few years later, we realized how stupid and hurtful the video was, and we deleted it. Not out of fear of getting caught, but out of fear that someone would find it and it would hurt them because it's wrong. I have grown and learned so much from my ignorant mistakes as a teenager, and I've done everything I can to right my wrongs. Now, this video was brought to light right after I had posted a video on my vlog channel last week with my friend Todrick talking about racism and how it is still very much a problem in our world today and how we need to fight against it. People were saying, how dare I talk about racism when I said these things 14 years ago? And to you, I say, that is the exact reason why I should be talking about racism and why I should be standing up against it, because I was one of the dumb ones who said that stupid thing and grew from it and learned from it and realized how hurtful it could be. And now I want to right my wrongs and make a difference so that other people don't make the same mistakes that I made when I was a kid. Another video popped up recently that I want to address, and it's a video that I filmed 12 years ago where I talk about taking a flight and an overweight woman sat next to me, and I talk really negatively about her, and it's awful. And I watched this clip and I was appalled and shocked that those things were coming out of my mouth 12 years ago, because that is not the woman who I am today. I'm such a huge advocate for women and women's bodies and loving every shape and every size, and the fact that I talked negatively about someone who was overweight is absolutely disgusting to me. Something else I want to talk about that has been brought up is that when I was 3 years old, I was bit by a dog. I needed to go to the hospital, and when my mom told the doctor that a dog had bit me, the doctor said that legally the dog needed to be put down. Now, the clip of me that is circulating from 7 years ago is me talking about this situation in a very insensitive way, when in reality, when our dog was put down, I was really upset, and over the years I have addressed this a few times in videos talking about how guilty I feel, how upset I am that this happened. Still to this day, as a 33-year-old woman, I feel guilty that our dog had to be put down for biting me. But in this clip, I talk about the story in a very dramatic, silly way, because sometimes, unfortunately, I use humor to talk about things that are actually extremely painful for me, and this is an example of that. To anyone and everyone who is hurt or offended by the statements I made when I was younger, I am so sorry. I hope you all can see that the person who I am today is so far from that ignorant person I was over a decade ago. And to those of you who might say, well, I knew better when I was that age, or 14 years ago, I knew right from wrong, I'm so glad that you did, because that means that there's one less person making those stupid mistakes that I made. I should have known better, and I didn't, and I'm extremely embarrassed by that. I'm really hopeful that I can be used as proof that people can change and grow and learn from their mistakes. If you continue to speak up when you see someone doing something or saying something wrong, it can make a difference. As I grew up, I learned that those words were hurtful and I stopped using them, but there are still people in our world currently who are saying racist, homophobic, sexist, body-shaming things that need to stop. They need to be called out because they can change. I'm living proof of it. And my ignorant words from my past just make me that much more passionate to help the people that my words might have hurt. These things are being brought to light because some people are upset with me for not addressing something that happened a few weeks ago. Someone had made a video saying some shocking and hurtful things about me, and a lot of you wanted me to address it, and I didn't. I didn't address it not because I was just ignoring it and hoping it would go away, but because when this person messaged me letting me know they were upset, I responded immediately. I was very shocked and confused. I expressed I didn't know what they were talking about, and I also expressed frustration that they were trying to bring my son's name into their drama. Then I received a message from this person's mother asking me to not speak his name. So I was trying to respect the mother's wishes and the parents' wishes of this 17-year-old. But it has gotten to a point where there are so many rumors and lies and speculations going around, I feel like I need to address it. I do have receipts proving the things that I'm about to tell you. However, I feel uncomfortable sharing them because he is a minor. So I'm only going to be showing you the things that were between adults or things that were already public. The biggest issue that came from his video is that I sent a child underwear, and wow, anyone who heard this out of context and was offended, I completely understand because I would be too. But in this situation, context is everything. So I would like to give you some context to this situation. 4 years ago, I did a live stream, and in this live stream, I did a giveaway. I was giving away clothes that were unused, tagged still on, brand new, that I had just bought, but I did not want. One of the items that was in this box was a really ugly pair of underwear. As soon as we pulled them out, Corey and I started laughing and joking around about how ugly they were. Why did I buy these ridiculous underwear? It was so stupid.
I just got a big old box from Forever 21 and I want to open it up in front of you guys. Maybe I'll send the ones I don't want to you guys. I got a bunch of crop tops. The panties from you.
And people started asking for them in the live stream.
Everyone wants that bra.
You want the bra?
Everyone wants the bra.
At the end of the live stream, I was done giving away clothes, and then this boy who made this video about me recently, he asked for the underwear.
Yay, we picked people. I think that's enough.
Did that boy win these or not?
I don't know. He has to tell me what he wants.
What do you say? Is he being mean?
He said, hi, you have ugly clothes, but I want those ratchet panties and bras signed by Corey because he modeled them well.
Yeah!
It was so ridiculous and funny, we laughed about it, and I forgot to send them to him. And eventually he tweeted me asking me for them again. I sent them to him. He put them on over his clothes and posted about them. It was like a big joke within the fandom. I did this publicly. That live stream is still up right now. And I've always given out weird random things in live streams. I've given out a taco costume. I've given out old bobby pins, dirty shoes. A few weeks ago, I sent a fan like a single piece of toilet paper. I've always given away weird stuff. And so in my mind at the time, this was no different than all the other weird stuff I send to my fans as a joke. Now, in hindsight, I see how completely stupid of me. I should have never sent that. I don't know what part of my brain was missing at the time that I thought, oh, this is a normal, silly thing to do. I should have realized and recognized how dumb that was and never sent it to him, no matter how much he asked. But it was never a sneaky, creepy, gross thing that I was doing in secret. It was a silly, stupid mistake that now is being blown way out of proportion. He also mentioned in his video that his mom was uncomfortable with me, which was surprising and shocking for me to hear because I was always under the impression, due to the things he told me and the things that I saw on the internet, that she not only was aware of our interactions, but she was very supportive of him being a fan of mine. She commented on a photo of him this year at my show saying how it was such a fun night. She gave him a birthday card when he was 16 with me on it, and he let me know multiple times how much his parents loved me and watched my videos. So this was surprising for me to hear because if I had known that, I would have stopped all interactions with him if I ever knew his parents were uncomfortable. Another thing I think is important to address from his video is that he did have access to my Miranda Sings Twitter account for one day, not for years, and I want to just go over how that whole situation went down. Over the years, I've loved asking my fans for advice on what I should post for Miranda videos, Miranda tweets, things like that. Quite honestly, you guys are the funniest people that I know, and I love your advice. I love your input. I've taken a handful of suggestions as to what I should tweet as Miranda from my fans over the years, and he is included in that. I used a couple of his tweet ideas many years ago. They did really well. He was super funny. And since then, he's asked me multiple times if he can help me out with social media again. I always thought that was really, really sweet, but most of the time I did not engage in those conversations until recently. A couple months ago, he reached out to me and brought up the fact that the Miranda accounts hadn't been as active as they used to be and how he wanted to help me do more social media stuff. So he sent me a whole bunch of edited photos that he had in a folder ready to go for Miranda. He told me about a bunch of funny tweets he wanted to post, and he let me know that he had experience working in social media. He really vetted for himself, and because I'd known him for so many years, I was overexhausted and I don't have all the time I used to have to run all my social media. I thought, you know what, this might be a good situation to test run this and see if this could work out. This wouldn't be the first time I had hired a fan. I love hiring my fans for many reasons. One, they're super freaking talented. Two, they know me better than anybody. And three, I love supporting their dreams and passions in any way that I can. I've hired my fans to design merch. I've hired fans to go on tour with me. I've hired fans to edit things for me. And how hiring my employees works is I usually do a little test run to see how it goes. If it goes well, then I hire them officially through my company and they are paid legally through the corporation. It was no different for him. I wanted to do a little test run. If it went well, then I wanted to hire him. So I gave him access to my account and he started tweeting stuff for me. And pretty quickly there was a tweet that was posted that was problematic. This was my fault. He sent me a very long list of a ton of different things he wanted to post, and I did not look over it closely enough. I did not review it closely enough. I remember the moment when I saw all of these things. I was breastfeeding my son and I kind of just scrolled through and was like, yeah, go for it, have fun, I trust you. And when he posted it, I put zero blame on him at all. It was my fault. I knew better than to let someone else tweet for me. I should have reviewed closely every single thing that was going to come out of Miranda's mouth. I let him know that I loved him, he did a great job, it was my fault, not his. I publicly apologized for the tweet. I deleted the tweets that were posted that weren't posted from me. I let him know that I was upset, that people were disappointed in me, and then he said he logged out of the account, and that was the end of it. That was the last I heard from him until he sent me the message saying he was really upset with me, and that is when I then responded and got the message from his mom. I care about him so much, just like I care about all my fans that I've interacted with over the years, and I wish him nothing but success and happiness and love. I don't know what he's going through right now, but I don't want him to hurt anymore. He made it very clear in his video that he wants to move on from this and be separated from this whole situation. So let him have that and let me have the same. It absolutely breaks my heart to see people saying negative things about me interacting with my fans based on this situation. I love talking to my fans. I love interacting with my fans. My fans are many different ages. So yes, there are some teenagers, but there's also adults. I love supporting them, supporting their passions, learning about them in the same way that you like to do that for me. To me, you aren't just my fans, you're my friends. We all have seen me cry way too many times on this channel about things I probably should have kept to myself. I definitely overshare, and I have definitely overshared with fans when they have asked me what's wrong or asked me how I'm feeling or try to console me when I'm feeling down. I definitely have overshared in the past with them and talked with them a little too much when I should have kept things to myself or talked to family or close friends instead. There are plenty of other stupid mistakes I've made in my past that I've learned from and grown from. There are plenty of other jokes I've made in my career that seemed appropriate at the time, but now I realize were never appropriate to begin with. I've learned from these things and I will continue to learn from them and grow from them to become the best me that I can possibly be. I've lived my life on the internet for you guys all to watch for over 12 years. I love my job, but one of the difficult parts of my job is that I am very much put underneath a microscope, and any and all mistakes I ever make are definitely shown and blasted to thousands and sometimes millions of people all over the world. That's not an easy thing to deal with. However, I'm really grateful for that. Over the past 12 years, you guys have been really wonderful, helping me learn and grow to be a better person. You've given me helpful critiques, educated me when I was ignorant, told me how to say things more appropriately, and I can't even tell you how grateful I am for that. Because of you, I have become a better person. The person I am today as a 33-year-old mother is not the person I was when I started YouTube so many years ago. But over the last month, I've received a lot of criticism that isn't the type of constructive criticism I've received over the last decade. It is more just hateful and cruel, and the things that are being said about me are absolutely horrendous. No, I should have never sent a fan underwear. How stupid am I? No, I definitely should have never given him access to my Twitter account. And no, I shouldn't have talked to him as often as I did. But I am not a monster, I am not a groomer, and I shouldn't kill myself. Be careful with the words you choose to use, because I have learned time and time again that words definitely matter, and your words can hurt people and they can affect people in a very negative way. And I just hope that that's a lesson we can all learn in this situation. I never meant to cause anyone who feels affected by this any pain. We're in the middle of a global pandemic and it is scary. And I just want to say I am so sorry if this situation made any of you feel more stressed or uncomfortable or sad than you already do because of all the horrible things that are currently going on in our world. I love you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I will see you very soon.